YouTube was popping. Facebook was popping. It is Outlaw Radio, another edition of Outlaw Radio. Welcome to the show. It's your boy, the world class smartass. I'm in the building. Hit like, hit share, hit follow. Do what you got to do to spread the message. We're gonna do Outlaw Radio. Talk ain't cheap tonight. In regards to what's going on with us right now as people.
Right.
So Outlaw Radio. Talk ain't cheap. How you doing, man?
Man, can't complain.
Right.
Yeah.
I see you fear the deer.
Man, yeah, I'm feeling that. My one of my daughters got this for me for Father's Day a year or so back.
Okay.
So shout out to my little girls. But yeah, I support it. They doing their thing, man.
The Bucks are doing their thing.
You can always visit that other side, you know what I'm saying, and go in on how much money they put downtown versus, it's always a yin and a yang. But some of us been in Milwaukee a long time, and we was cheering for a lot of losing ass teams, right?
Right. Speaking of losing,
good segue.
Check us out Thursdays and Saturdays, 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Although every now and then we'll hit you with a show in the middle of the day. I am trying to keep the YouTube up to date, putting the content on there. If you're on Facebook Live, go and subscribe to my page, the People's Network page, our YouTube page, the People's Network. It's Outlaw Radio, man. And we do this in a bunch of different ways.
For sure.
So it's really about just understanding what you need to do, and then figure out how you're going to do it, right?
Right.
So for me, it's establishing a platform for people of color, in particular men of color, black men, strong, solid, progressive, natural, alpha black males.
Yes, sir.
That's who this show is for.
All right.
So if you're not one of the above, pass the phone or something.
But I want to invite the ladies to listen. You know what I'm saying?
I love ladies.
If you want to get some understanding from a different perspective.
Yes, sir.
Understand what what your masculine other half.
If you want to come on.
If you want
to come on,
enlighten us.
Right.
Right.
If you want to come on right now,
you might have some game.
Come on, Outlaw Radio. Me, Mike, is you, Mike.
Hey, Sue Mike.
Got my co-host with me, man. Tell the people who you are.
Brother, talk to teach, listen to learn, the truth transfer engineer, man. We over here trying to get healthy, wealthy, wise, free, happy, and full of joy.
It's Outlaw Radio. This is where we do what it does.
Yeah.
Talk ain't cheap, bro. Talk. Your name is Talk to Teach. Talk ain't cheap.
Right.
Somebody lied to us, man. Talk is not cheap. They told us a long time ago. That's always been the phrase. That's always been the saying. Talk is cheap. Talk ain't cheap. Talk costs a lot. We're going to talk about that tonight.
You just got to get them to buy.
We got to talk about the side effects sometimes that talk can have. I will put it on a black person's term and say conversation rules the nation.
Okay.
Right? We're live on Facebook. We're live on Spreaker. Not Spreaker. We're not live on Spreaker.
I want you to break that down for those.
If you are a Spreaker listener, I'm not using Spreaker right now.
Okay.
Me and Spreaker got an issue. We've been in a relationship for a long time, and she acting a fool.
They had a fight, right?
Right. So I took my shit and I left. I'm staying with my bitch Facebook now.
Put that shit in garbage bags.
Right.
Like, fuck that.
Hey, I'm fucking with my girl Facebook. I'm staying with her. They don't even know where I'm at. You mess around, I move over by my girl YouTube house.
Hey.
So
from couch to couch.
Right. Hey, police catch me if you can. But like I say, make sure you check us out Thursday
night,
7:30. Thursday, this Thursday at 11 a.m.
Oh, right.
Shout out to DAMG ENT LLC, right? Man. The brother Dante Chestnut Sr.
What up, man?
Right. A black business that supports us. Entertainment company, artists. Hey, here's your ride.
More to come.
3041 North, 414-810-3131.
5-star.
Still doing this for free if you got a business that you want to promote. You can still get your logo put up here. We'll make it run across the bottom of the screen. We got all kinds of razzle dazzle.
Just about love at this point. Come aboard.
Right. It's all about solidarity for me. That's one of my main theories.
Okay.
So shout out to you if you listen. I see you, my sister Eve. We got to let the people know we are live. It is Saturday night. It's Outlaw Radio. Talk ain't cheap. Look like we had a little break in the weather, bro.
Man, you never know. You better keep your coat in the trunk.
Keep it in the trunk.
Keep it in the trunk. Don't play yet.
Okay.
Hey, listen, until you had that first 80-degree weather day, then you might not have no more 40-degree weather days for a while.
In other words, your ass can still get pneumonia.
Yes, it does fluctuate.
Right.
Yes.
It go up and down like
the
your
weather
heartbeat.
is bipolar here.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Shout out to everybody who's checking us out on YouTube.
What's up?
Subscribe to the show. It's the 414. It's Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Chime in.
The place where you thought there was no black people. And that's what I'm saying. Every time I've traveled, people have said to me, "It's black people in Milwaukee." Well, let me tell you something. Let me show you something right quick. Right?
They just thought, it was about Jeffrey Dahmer, right? Happy Days, right? You know what I'm saying? Laverne and Shirley.
Right. Right. All of that.
If you're old enough to understand those references, you're supposed to be here.
Shout out to Coop Coop. What's up, pretty lady? How you doing?
Yes.
Beautiful black woman.
All right.
Look, I put a post up in the People's News Network on Facebook of black women, just of all hues and everything, just saying to black men, "I love you, black man. I love you, black man. I love you, black man."
Yes.
If you're on Facebook, go to the People's News Network and see it. Made me feel good as a black man.
I was gonna say, if you're a brother, man, you don't hear that like that a lot.
Made
you know
you feel
what I'm saying?
good.
Just positive
they said we appreciate you.
Right.
This is why I do the People's News Network,
yeah, that's
bro.
Good stuff.
That's why I put it on there, man. Crusade, man, trying to put some pain where it ain't, man.
Yeah.
What you do today? It was hot, warm, and sunny. You came over here in a real jovial mood. What's happening?
Well,
man?
I'm always trying to look at the bright side, brother.
No, you come over here sometimes on some bullshit.
I've been and watched our last show.
What the fuck he say to me? Oh, I'm gonna get his ass.
Nah, we be good, man. I ain't like that. I'm usually smiling at the beginning.
Right. By the middle of the show, I'm gonna have this dude going in like you never heard before.
Listen, how he phrased it. I'm gonna have this intentional now.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, I'd rather have you mad at me for who I am than be happy with me for who I ain't. And that's one to grow on.
The truth is somewhere in the middle.
Right. Or either depending on who you ask.
And when you ask them, that's right. That's a good word.
I'll tell you one thing about the average black person. They will never let the truth stand in the way of a great story. Be aware. Don't be no square.
Oh, they feeling.
Look, I wanted to talk about Talk Ain't Cheap, man. Communication in itself, how you work these things, how you work these microphones and these cameras, this medium that we have called social media, which is really the guiding force right now for society, right? Like everything right now.
Information.
I mean, let's be honest. There's a million people who get their news off of social media, as opposed to even watching the news on television like we did when I was growing up.
I think it's more dependable.
Yeah, it's lickety split. It's in your face. It's real time.
I think it's more dependable than the Associated Press filtered news that we get from the major news networks.
Yeah, and the way we were raised, people always told us sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. I'm here to tell you that was wrong.
Real.
And we live in an era where that's been proven, right? The Me Too movement that's popping right now.
What you call it, Ben Rames Me Too?
Right. Well, that's who started it. Ben Rames' little sister. Somebody love her though, man. I love her too, man.
Hey, listen, I don't know her. She might be a glowing person inside.
Right.
Amen.
I love her in the most plutonic way possible. She'd never get assaulted around me.
real hard handshakes. We, all this.
Not that if she was cute, I would do. I'm just saying. Right, man. We love sisters, man. I'm trying to get more
Google pretty girls.
Look, I'm trying to get more black women involved with my show. Believe it or not, with my platform, I've brought several women on and made them staff people. Like
shout out to Regie Snow.
Shout out to our estrogen, man. We need more of that. See, as a black man, I can't lead without understanding how the people feel. If you want to know how the people feel, you got to talk to the sisters, because sisters make the people. Tupac once said, pretty soon we'll have a race of babies that hate the ladies that make the babies. Biggie ain't never said nothing that deep. Tell me who's the top rapper of all time.
Oh, was that in question?
That was a hip-hop snob.
No, that's what's up.
Free.
I didn't know anybody thought otherwise.
Chestnut would say, "Well, don't care if you're going to do that."
Well, come on, man. Come on,
shout out to brother Dante Chestnut,
come
man.
Come on, Bolo.
Man, DAMGENT LLC, man. I got to get his connect numbers like I got 3041 North. Or whatever. Look, put your business here.
Get us a banner, man. Yeah.
Right. Everything goes except for the Outlaw Radio logo. Shout out to my cousin Ashcott Jones in Florida who designed that for me.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, man, talk ain't cheap. You think about all the times, we were raised to think that words would never hurt, but look at the movement. Anybody who's ever spoke in favor of black people or the advancement of people of color has suffered a tremendous loss. They have been alienated, ostracized, assassinated. You dig what I'm saying?
Whether or not they killed anybody, hurt anybody, yelled fire in a movie theater, if you're talking about uplifting and empowering and uniting Black people, that's something. And again, when I say when you're talking about it, right, you get marked. But you talk about words, talk ain't cheap. Just think about it, man. What was the term, man? Is the pen is mightier than the sword? So
somebody once said that.
So you look at it, even MLK, right?
Yes, sir.
He didn't forcibly do it. He didn't kill nobody, didn't stab nobody. He did what he did with words.
Right.
With Malcolm, with words. You know what I'm saying? And so absolutely talk ain't cheap. Nah.
Oh, we got some people on Facebook chiming in tonight.
Come on.
Driving Ivan, he says, shout out to my outlaws. What's up, fellas?
Man, that's what's up.
What's going down, partner? Oh, yes, it's live on Facebook and on YouTube, man. It's live on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel, my brother.
Yeah.
Thank you for being in the chat room.
Sure.
But yeah, man, talk ain't cheap. I go all the way back. See, I go molecular on these dudes, meaning I'll look at the smallest, the most infinite speck of information. I go all the way back to Patrice Lumumba trying to unite the Congo. And if you're an informed person, you know what eventually happened in the Congo, aka Rwanda. If you understand the regions of Africa and how colonialism influenced the genocide that happened in Africa, even though now Africa's a boom town, it's the new West. Ask China, ask the Asians.
Listen, they're getting a piece of the pie.
And America, like, oh, they over here, what? Why the hell African dudes know karate? That was totally racist.
Let me tell you, but the rest
racist.
The rest of the world recognizes you as for the devilment that they involved themselves in. So yeah, we the only ones that don't know it here because they control our press. Wasn't it just North Korea, right? Did a post about North Korea, accusing the U.S. of choosing Africa.
And the
Ebola, they saying they started the whole Ebola, not to mention the AIDS epidemic.
Yes.
So other countries know what's up because they get real news. They shit ain't Associated Press.
Now y'all got me multitasking. My boy Rain Richards is watching us on YouTube.
Okay.
He said, I'm up in here, KB. Let's get it. You already know, bro. That's one of my old school partners.
Hey, what's up?
Aaron Brown is in the chat room on Facebook Live, and my nephew Brian Barnes. Hey, fellas, hit like, hit share, hit follow. Chime in the conversation this Saturday night. Man, as usual, we have a sub theme because I write the show is Outlaw Radio naturally. It is Talk Ain't Cheap, but we always have a sub theme on the weekend, which is faded beverage.
Mineral water.
Infused. Infused mineral water, right? That's African American mineral water.
I'm gonna infuse it a little bit more, right? Give me a moment.
Oh Lord, don't infuse yourself no more. Look, talk ain't cheap, man. It's cost Black men their lives. Fred Hampton, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Medgar Evers.
The list is too long. If we just decided to just name names from now to the end of the night, we wouldn't make it to the end.
Marcus Garvey.
Those are just the ones we know about, right?
Khalid Abdul Muhammad.
We ain't gonna talk about all the ones they blamed on other Black people.
Louis Farrakhan.
Or
Louis Farrakhan.
Oh.
Right now they got the minister up, banning him on Facebook.
You know what?
Lifetime ban. Not Facebook jail. Like, see, brothers go to Facebook jail and it's metaphorical.
30 days.
Yeah, you come out of Facebook jail, you be like, yeah, I'm out.
Yeah, fuck y'all.
Like, your people virtually celebrate with you, though, when you get out of Facebook jail. Like, bro, we missed you while you was gone. You know you could have called this dude,
right?
You got the phone in your hand and talking about you missing, but you won't call it. Right.
You can even hit him up on Messenger,
it's a digital fucking world, man. What the fuck is going on?
No.
Oh, man.
But I mean, wow, like I was kind of glad to see that when I say that.
Okay.
Because I think they picked on somebody that's going to push back, right? I don't think the nation, right, let alone with the supporters, when you talk about Snoop Dogg and others, I think they might have found themselves a worthy opponent.
Y'all tell me as people, what should we do about the Farrakhan ban? Because we are all so connected now on social media. Like, all of us, like, you think about, like, damn, for me especially, because this is the way I get to bring my message to you partially. You dig what I'm saying? Via Facebook, via Instagram, via Twitter, via YouTube, like we do. I don't mind sacrificing a little bit, but I'm saying, well, oh shit, let's hold on. Let's talk about this, because to say that you will never allow ministers, first of all, you can't do that, because we as a people are going to share Farrakhan's message.
Do you know how many of Farrakhan posts have been shared since that shit?
Did you see the one I put in the People's News Network in which he assaulted the media?
Yes, and I'm pretty sure I shared that. Yes,
I'm sure you did.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because You've been known to share my shit.
Well, and
likewise,
watch him what did he say earlier? What did he say?
Mad.
Poke the bear.
Right. Outlaw Radio on a Saturday night, man. I feel good anytime I can park my ass in a chair and get in front of this microphone. Shout out to you if you're on YouTube, man. I appreciate you tuning in for the live. I'm gonna try to keep the lives coming with the YouTube page. I've neglected in a certain, just because it's too much shit going on, and believe me, this ain't the only thing that I do. Well, now it is, but okay.
No, stop it. No, let me tell you, it's not, because you got kids, you got a family, man, and
right.
You know what I'm saying? I listen. It's obviously a passion of yours. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it takes a motherfucker to make this shit go.
Right.
So I'm just saying, I always say it's a labor of love, but it's damn sure a labor.
Yeah.
Now check this out. When we talk about if talk was cheap, if we said words don't mean anything, then if we look at the isolation, because I wanted to look at, I shouldn't have said isolation. I should have said ostracizing of black leaders historically. Black men who stood up and chose to say, I want to do something for my people. I want to be for my people. I want to talk about the injustices that we suffer every time they alienate and ostracize that individual. They come at him on many different ways. Maybe it's taxes, maybe just his girl, his wife. You never even know what it is, where they try to assault him and discourage him from bringing the message forward and moving the needle forward for people of color. So when you say talk is cheap, you're lying, because if I say it's cheap until I say some shit that means something,
right?
Then it gets expensive as fuck. And I think most of these motivational speakers and college professors and pastors would agree with me. Talk ain't cheap, bro.
Let me tell
You're fooling yourself if you think it is.
The tithes and the offerings all come behind the talk. You
right.
know what I'm saying? Because you got the same book, you got the same Bible. You're going to come and he going to tell you what you meant. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or what was meant with what you read. Like he going to explain to you what you read.
Yes.
So, you know, and you pay him for that.
You got to pay for that, player.
So that's called the word. Right. And after the word comes, the plate is passed around, because you should pay for the word.
We love the money that fold, but we don't mind the kind that jingle.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying?
For sure.
Right. Hit the like, hit share, hit follow, man. Give us thumbs up, show us love, share the feed, share the live. We're live on YouTube as well as Facebook.
Right.
It is Outlaw Radio, man. Talk ain't cheap. If you think about even Donald Trump, because y'all ride with me if you can. How in the fuck do you announce a ban on Farrakhan because he talks about black nationalism and being a black man, but you don't fuck with your president who refuses to disavow himself from the Ku Klux Klan? And you haven't told me that you've banned the Ku Klux Klan's page.
Right.
You ain't banned their page.
You won't even acknowledge them. You say there's on both sides, and you make it very general. It's obvious that.
How the fuck you start with Farrakhan? What about the Aryan Nation? What about the goddamn Republican Party? You just had a Mueller report, which was totally juked and jived. Right. Trumped up charges in a kangaroo court. Right. All black people are not dumb. And I need for y'all to stop treating us like we are.
And we need to stop allowing them.
Some of us are aware, right? Yeah. Some of us are aware. And, we see what you're doing, right? Like, so you want to start with Farrakhan, and he wasn't the only one. Alex Jones and Kampalopoulos.
But even if you talk about Alex Jones, right? What is the people that are disseminating information that you don't agree with, right? And so at some point it becomes with everybody that you don't like. I don't get it.
The question I would ask America is this: how come every time you decide to go after a group, whether it be the fucking ISIS, whether it be the Black Panthers, whether it be Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam, conveniently you always have left out the Ku Klux Klan? You've always left out the Aryan Nation. You've always left out neo-Nazis. Conveniently. Every time you come at somebody, oh shit, damn, we'll put that on the next one. Right. But it always starts with 2 black dudes, a Puerto Rican dude, and a white dude who just don't like nobody.
Well, we can almost make this into a drop because if you listen to the show, I'm going to say something that is very familiar. Let's stop getting mad at birds for flying.
Okay.
Let's stop getting mad at fish for swimming. We know what white people do.
Right.
They favor their own. They take care of their own.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When we will start doing the same is when we'll have a much greater effect.
Okay, so Driving Ivan said, come on, guys, that's so not true. The KKK gets no passes. You're wrong, guys. No, I'm saying in terms of outright censorship.
No,
because the KKK in itself is not banned from Facebook.
So
there was no press conference that said the KKK was banned. Now, I'm not
even
saying
a hate group. They're not even a hate group.
Well, they ain't on the list that just came out in Wisconsin that listed the Nation of Islam.
So to say that they don't get a pass, that's totally, absolutely, unequivocally untrue.
Okay. Well, I'm just, let him know. He said we was wrong.
Well,
I don't know where Driving Ivan's from. I'm from Wisconsin. Mm-hmm. The headquarters was where? In Beloit? Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. I mean,
Janesville?
Right, Janesville. Okay, one of the two. Right. Pick your poison. Mm-hmm. I'm saying my parents are from the Jim Crow South. Mm-hmm. There was no regulation of the Ku Klux Klan. As a matter of fact, one of the main reasons black people don't trust law enforcement officers is because the sheriff used to be the Grand Dragon. Mm-hmm. That was it just came with the position.
Here's the thing. I don't even agree that he used to be.
You say he still.
It used to be well known.
Right.
And now it's.
He said he's in Los Angeles. I think with Los Angeles, and shout out to Los Angeles. I've never been to Los Angeles, but we got the homie West Siders from South Central who's normally here. He's not here. This is my YouTube people that I'm talking to, right?
Shout out Blast Money.
I don't know what it's like in Los Angeles, but I'm from Wisconsin, bro.
Right.
My family's from the South. Mm-hmm. So when we talk about the Klan, first of all, the Klan comes here and they get like a 100 police escort from wherever
to march downtown.
To march through our city.
Right. And I'll tell you, on the other side of that, say if the Black Panthers or a black organization or organization of color would try to protest, they're giving an area. First of all, they have to pay.
Right.
The fact that you have to buy a license to protest to keep from going to jail is a slap in the face to the spirit of protesting. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let's talk about free speech then.
Yeah.
Well, since I said talk ain't cheap, so free speech. Let's talk about your Constitution, which you don't update. You update your processing system and your operating system on your computer more than you update your Constitution. And Driving Ivan, I can give you a number, man. You in LA, that's what's up. That's what's popping.
No, have them call in.
Right.
Yeah.
No, you can call in. Let me know if you want the number. Give me your opinion. Tell us what's going on the West Side, especially rest in peace to neighborhood Nip. We felt that all the way out here.
Real talk.
Which, once again, who's a rapper. Mm-hmm. He talks.
Poets of today. Today's poet. Yeah, right. We're dealing with wordsmiths.
Right.
Absolutely.
But his words cause people to go into action.
Absolutely. And those, that's why talk ain't cheap.
Talk ain't cheap, baby.
Hey.
Talk ain't cheap.
Yeah.
Talk ain't cheap. And understand, if you're gonna say something, be prepared to stand on what you say. Shout out to wasn't that Blast Money?
Yeah.
He said, I'm on YouTube too. This is a blast. No, he said this is a blast. Hey. He's usually on Facebook, but now he's on the YouTube page. Checking it out. He on both right now.
We'll meet you.
Shout out to Dude for listening to the show on too. His wife probably think he's losing his fucking mind. Like, what are you doing? I want to make sure you get every view.
Get it in.
Shout out to the homie, man.
Yeah, that's what's up.
But yeah, man, you in Los Angeles. I'm trying to tell you, as far as it goes, Donald Trump, the sitting president. Let's go all the way back.
Come on.
When President Obama was a candidate, he had to disavow himself from Jeremiah Wright,
Louis Farrakhan,
and Farrakhan when Farrakhan endorsed him.
Right.
He had to, or he wouldn't have been able to move forward.
Never went forward without doing those two things.
Trump would not even say, I ain't with it. He wouldn't even say, I ain't with the Klan.
Well, listen, you can't even compare the two. Like, they got on Obama for wearing a tan suit.
Right.
They got on Obama for not wearing a pin. They got on him for his wife wearing a sleeveless outfit.
Right. eating a cheeseburger.
Right when this president's wife is allowed to publicly,
it was cool to see Michelle with some
whore.
Hey, but it was actually cool to see Michelle with some. It was cool to see Michelle with some meat in her mouth. Be honest about it. I mean, not like that. I mean, she seemed like real people because she was eating a sandwich.
No, that's what's up. Here's the thing. It certainly that is something certainly that could be lobbed. I mean, spiked back down.
I could lob meat in her mouth. Yeah. I could if I tried. Go ahead.
So far we know you got a Michelle Obama thing, right?
Nah, not really.
And a Cicely Tyson thing.
Cicely get pregnant.
No, she won't. But
we go in vitro. It'll be an old ass egg. It'll be the first slave born live.
They're gonna call it Lucy.
Fucking Benjamin Banneker would be born like, oh, we's back. Yeah, son, come on. Let me teach you how to go.
Hey, y'all think he playing?
I love Cicely Tyson.
No, he
man.
do.
I love Cicely Tyson. Man. I love you, Cicely.
Man, but no, they did a lot of bad things. And even when you talk about that, remember the post they would put with Michelle Obama, and they would try to make she had a penis imprint in her pants and all that. But again, this president is allowed to have a mail order bride. You know what I'm saying?
Well, she's Russian. First of all, you're investigating him for collusion and all this kind of bullshit. He's married to a Russian. Mm-hmm. Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
And white people say, no. He said, no obstruction. I'm moving on. Y'all ain't caught me in shit. Bruh, did you think we was expecting you to get caught up into dude? Your wife is Russian. She gotta have a cousin who be like, introduce me to your husband. I can hook him up. I mean, come on, you know how it goes.
Right.
So when they came out with the Mueller report with all this edited bullshit on it, it's like, oh, we can all just go back to being good Americans now. How you say? Fuck you.
If you buy that shit, like, come on. Here's the thing.
Yes, sir.
I don't care how much education you have or don't have. Right. There's my mama used to have a term. She used to say you should be able to common sense your way through things. Right?
Okay.
There are certain things you should be able to use your common sense and come to a conclusion just based on things that make sense and things that don't.
Right.
So come on, people. Let's common sense our way through this.
Shout out to Coop. She hopped off Facebook and jumped on the YouTube page too.
All right.
My sister, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, man, beautiful sister, man. Don't y'all go to
He does
go to sliding up in her inbox
she
and all
get
that.
A whole lot of friend requests. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up.
Right. She said the sound is better on YouTube.
All right.
More power to you.
Yeah.
However you tune in, it's all good.
For sure.
We actually need the support on the YouTube channel. So, hey, hit like, subscribe to the channel, man. Because we need an imprint for the 414 on YouTube.
Right.
You know, and I see a lot of regions represent on YouTube. I don't feel there's a definitive 414 representation because once again, when I travel, I run into people saying, it's black people in Milwaukee. I'm tired of hearing that question. So watch our show. We got my man driving Ivan. He's in LA. So at least they know out there the 414 is representing. Yes, it's the 414, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, man. Yeah, she said like and subscribe. That's a good sister, man.
Good looking out.
That's a good sister, man.
For sure.
Whatever you promote, we own it too. Send it to me.
Let us know about it.
No, she supports. So, she supports all the time.
Reciprocate.
But when talk ain't cheap, man. We talking that even with this podcasting thing, like the thing about them banning Facebook or Farrakhan on Facebook is it gives us as people who support Farrakhan, it gives us an opportunity to push it even harder. Because I guarantee you one thing. I put the one when he went against the media up in the People's News Network.
Powerful words. And again,
killed them.
It epitomizes him, though. He's willing to stand up and speak to power, and he's not fearful. And let me tell you, and we had a lot of brothers, a lot of heroes, a lot of sisters, a lot of leaders, a lot of role models that attempted to do those things, and they did do those things effectively.
And they got wiped out.
But they got taken out, right? And so we have this brother here, man, for whatever reason. Now, and we can talk about that all day long as to why, but you cannot deny that if they could get rid of this brother, they would.
Right.
So whatever his power is, you can look at the fruits and see that it's effective. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what.
Not your seltzer water, the other one.
No, it ain't. This is all in here.
No, where your bag at?
It's in here.
No, man, that's dangerous. We don't do that.
You told me you didn't want it.
We don't want leprosy in the studio. Look, a lot happened this week though. Besides Farrakhan getting banned, which was a very big thing.
Yeah. Shout out to Snoop, man. Like I subscribed to dude on the I followed him on the gram. He snapped off. I'm with that.
Yeah, right. But let's be honest. Like, what do we really want to do about this ban on Farrakhan?
You know what he's and speaking of Snoop, you know one thing he said, what if we ban you?
Right.
Listen. So again, like I think we did last week on the show, there is a black site called Melanated People. It's something I fuck with. Get on there, man. Like it's our site. It's for us. It's by us. Check it out.
Let's see if we can share the show though, because don't be promoting that we can't go live on.
Well, here
our career be over.
That's a site that we can use to promote. You know, what I'm
trying to get us stuck on WNOV and shit.
Now look, now you just closed another door.
Oh,
you burnt the bridge. You know what I'm saying?
There was never a bridge.
Still got the matches in your hand. You know what I mean?
Unemployment is at an all-time low. That's what Republicans are going to tell you.
It's manipulated.
Okay.
So if you have a job cutting somebody's grass for $20, right, they consider you to be no longer unemployed, even though you couldn't pay your phone bill. Right. So it's all about variables and about manipulating the statistics.
I want to talk about the Facebook ban, though. The Facebook ban, because Driving Ivan from LA, we already know this is our brother representing from the West Side.
Yes, sir.
He said, when you say ban, you should be clear. It's a Facebook ban. I thought I said, did I say it was a Facebook ban?
Yeah, it's just it's a Facebook ban.
He said, screw Facebook.
Real talk, right? But here, when you say screw Facebook, that's some real talk.
Right.
But screw Facebook versus the numbers that support Facebook, right? And so we got to give them something. The truth is somewhere in between. So if you're going to say fuck Facebook, let's give them someplace else to go.
He said boycott Facebook.
That's my point. I'm with you.
Don't disagree with that.
I'm with you.
Don't disagree.
But again, you can't tell somebody this is where they get their milk, right? If you're going to say don't go there, don't expect them not to get milk. Give them another place to go buy the milk. And I'm
every time you say milk,
I
don't. Every time you say milk, it's distracting me.
I'm lactose intolerant, so it's a metaphor.
I'm not. I don't know if brothers is following me.
Well, he's doing the Quiet Storm edition a little later on tonight.
And I'm a Scorpio. He said he don't even have a Facebook profile. They're a bunch of snitching spies anyways. Well, see, I consider
I can't
all of this technology that we use, I feel like it's spyware anyway.
It absolutely is.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't tell me that look, unless you off the grid in which you don't participate in these electronic.
You're not using your social security number, right? If you're off the grid, I get it. But other than that, if you got a driver's license number, social security number, they can get you anyway. You got a cell phone.
Right. I mean, they telling on me. It's a damn camera in every street light. When brothers do crimes, they be surprised. Like, I didn't even know it's a goddamn camera over there. Of course you didn't. Look, this little thing that we carry right here has changed the world. You don't got to say who it's got. Look, you make a phone call after you murk somebody. They take you to court and say, we triangulated his location based on what tower he was using with his phone.
Do you notice you can't take the battery out your phone no more?
Well,
remember you could just take the battery out?
Right.
Can't do that anymore. So I'm just saying, let's understand what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
Feet in the water, you can't be mad about getting wet.
Outlaw Radio on a Saturday night, man. Talk ain't cheap. Freedom of speech. Just watch what you say.
Hey, shout out to Ice-T.
And I would love for the people who, right, you know that, right? And for the people who are watching, I hope you tune in. We're live on Facebook and YouTube. You can comment. I got 2 chat rooms popping at the same time. Shout out to you if you're watching in the 414. This show's for you.
Hey,
right. We represent for Black men in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's like I always say, I don't claim to be the only Black man in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, or the most important Black man, but I am a Black man from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I go through this bullshit.
Negro Whisperer.
I am the Negro Whisperer.
The Negro Whisperer.
Yes, sir.
Listen.
Yes, sir. The militant with a microphone, aka the mouthpiece of the movement.
Hey, talk about it.
Don't make me talk about myself. I'm gonna start having fun.
Well, I was gonna say that's your thing.
There you go with that bullshit.
Don't threaten me with a good time, nigga.
But I want to talk about the unemployment rate after we get done laughing. Like now they're gonna talk about some sad shit, right?
Listen,
ebb and flow.
For sure.
First of all, you have to understand when they talk about the unemployment rate, there's a national unemployment rate, and then there's an unemployment rate for Black people, for people of color.
And it's different.
Well, it's half.
It's different. It's different.
It's half.
Yeah.
And it only takes for them to go about a percentage point for it to go down. And they'll say, well, this is the lowest it's ever been. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So as a black person, please don't understand the struggle's still real. But I would like to say this. There's opportunity out there. Do not hold yourself back. Don't sit back and say, because I'm black, I refuse to try. You cannot win the game on the sidelines. You got to be in it to win it.
Real talk.
So don't be sitting around talking about, oh, woe is me. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Get out there, man, and make it happen, man. Do something, man. You know, you got to believe in you. That's how you make other people believe in you.
That's real talk.
You know?
But when you talk about also like combating, right? We talked about who controls the media and where you get your information from.
Right.
But I got a solution for that.
Okay.
Right? Go outside.
Go outside.
Go outside. When they tell you, they can tell you what the weather's going to be. They can tell you what temperature it is.
They can predict it.
Or you can go outside and look up in the sky and see where the clouds,
You talking about getting your own understanding.
Getting your own understanding. When they tell you that, black men, are mostly thugs and 60, go outside and the first 50 black men that you come into contact with, is that the case? You know what I'm saying? Are they fathers? Are they taking care of their kids? Are they husbands? Is that different from the information when they start when they start telling you about us, right? Go outside.
Right. Well, like I said, I think what you're talking about is getting your own understanding.
Absolutely.
Stuff, right.
Well said.
And not letting people influence you too much, because it's lazy thinking for you to just rely on somebody else to give you the facts.
But it's something we all do.
Well, I was always told that people will tell you what they want you to know,
right?
Not what you should know.
But you lose sight. We all have an opinion about somebody we never met. Whether it's Mike Tyson or Elvis Presley, you never sat in a room with them. You never had most of us never had a conversation with Michael Jackson or Prince. Everything we know about these people,
somebody told us,
all came from media,
right.
So think about that.
But I wanted with the unemployment with the black unemployment rate. I'm sorry, with that thing. What we have to understand
I didn't mean to digress,
because it's about to be 2020,
right.
And it's about to be election season.
Right.
So what you're gonna get is you're gonna get a lot of stats thrown at you from the Democrats and the Republicans, because they each want your vote.
Go outside
as a person of color.
Yes,
right. So you can say in Milwaukee is a boom town right now. Let's be honest.
For them,
yes, booming right now.
For them,
it's downtown. Listen, if you're from the mill and you don't live here, or you left a long time ago, It is popping.
Downtown.
Gentrification cometh like a son of a bitch.
You'd be very impressed. But if you ride in one direction long enough, you get to a point where it's just about another block or 2 blocks.
Oh shit!
And the shit changes.
Lock your door.
Where you pull up and you start locking your car doors and shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Your suspension on your car is toe up because the roads is bad. Right. So again, just go outside, understand, look around.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Driving Ivan said, these kids don't go outside anymore. Of course. We just talked about this.
For sure.
Right. He said, shout out to President Trump. He's the reason black unemployment is at historic lows.
But his numbers look good, though.
Well, this is the thing about Trump that we said, and shout out to y'all if y'all just tuning into the show thinking that I just started doing this. We've been doing this for a very long time. It just wasn't visual. But I will tell you this.
Welcome.
A long time ago, before Trump, when this election was going on, the one thing I said that the only thing that black people would get out of Trump's presidency is the fact that, motherfucker, you're on your own.
A reason to unite.
Right.
A reason to unite. And I didn't
it was so much motivation for you to get up off your ass and take care of your business, because I said, that shit gonna be cold on a black man. Especially knowing that he didn't get our vote. Now he got some of our vote. About 2-3 million.
It's way too many compromised understandings and individuals.
I'm not gonna call them names. I'm not gonna call them names.
I just kept from calling them a name because my first thing I was gonna say, cool.
I think a lot of things play into unemployment, black unemployment too. First of all, you got to understand that in our community, literacy is at all-time low too. So like that's on us. Like black people really right now, especially our kids, and I don't know about nowhere else, but here in Milwaukee especially, we got a serious motherfucking problem with our school system. Now, I like to talk about everything in layers, right? So I'm going to talk about the school system in the same sort of kind of schematic.
Yes, sir.
We have a new superintendent of schools who's a black man, but he has a school system that the former president of the school board was just federally indicted for corruption and taking bribes for charter schools. We have the problem of charter schools in this city, which have taken money from public education. At the same time, we have a school board that just told us that about 4 or 5 of the candidates were bought and sold corporate Democrats. You got to pay attention to the message.
Say that last. Just say that one more time.
They were bought and sold corporate Democrats. They were the Working Party, because there's 2 different definitive corporate Democratic parties in Milwaukee, and they spend the money for the black vote. So you got the Working Family Party. Shit, what's the other one? I got to go and get my books. Y'all done got me going up.
No, spit it.
I can't remember it. Don't put no pressure on me. I can't remember the other one. It's the Working Family Party.
Generalized.
There's another one. This all in the form in People's News Network.
Yes, sir.
So we found out that some of those individuals, that party, that group paid for them. That's influence. And then you look at the schools themselves. Like we talk about Scam-A-Lot downtown in Tammany Hall, which is City Hall. And there's an article right now that's also in the group that says blocks away from the FISERV, a public school fizzles. The Wisconsin Conservation and Conservatory Lifelong Learning. Right? I said it wrong, but you know what I mean.
People, let's common sense our way through it.
But this is the school system. So we're talking about MPS. So how prepared are they sending graduates out into the world? Because MPS right now is about 87 to 88% black. So those graduates are young black males and sisters that are going out into this world unprepared. They're not prepared to work.
But they understand that. Like, let me tell you, the one thing you cannot call pink people is dumb.
Okay.
Right? You know what I'm saying? They're not dumb.
Right.
Some of these things we have to understand, they understand.
Right.
So when you start talking about, the blacks are the lowest in this, and you find out the discrepancies, it's not a new discovery.
Well, I was just talking about Posley inheriting this burning building.
And that's
called MPS.
And that's what I was referring to. You know, so they understand that. So it's done intentionally.
So that's one of the things that plays into black unemployment is the fact that a lot of us
educating the children.
Well, literacy.
Yeah.
Literacy. It's from kindergarten to 3rd grade, you learn how to read. From 3rd grade on, you read to learn.
Yes, sir. Well said. Say it again.
I don't want to say it again.
Look at your name, say neighbor.
Right. Say it again. Tell me, say it again.
Reach.
So that plays into black unemployment as well. And I always say, and I will always say, part of what's going on with Black America is systemic and part of it is systematic. You can look up both words. I promise you they both mean something entirely different, but they're both applicable to what goes on with black people in America and people of color. I like saying people of color, not just black people, because we are not the only minorities that suffer.
Well,
I'm more in tune about talking about ours because I'm a member.
Is there a people of non-color that suffer?
Yeah. Because believe it or not, within the white race, they still go against each other for being Polish or German, or
they do,
right? But we will never get to.
But at the end of the day, they still tell you
they'll unite against your black.
You still above those niggas, right? You see what I'm saying? You ain't got shit. You live in a trailer park,
unless you're a Jew,
but ish.
And the problem with this is I keep saying we talk about free speech, but there's 2 things in this country that will get your ass lit on fire.
Come on.
Being homophobic or anti-Semitic.
Yes.
Right? It's cool for you to say nigga, fuck a nigga, fuck a nigga,
die,
right.
Nigga, die.
Right. It's cool for you to say that.
No problem.
It's cool for you to say fuck them Asians. It's cool for you to say build a wall so the goddamn Mexicans can't get in. That shit's all cool.
Try to say any of those things and substitute those 2 demographics.
Don't say fag and don't say Jaime.
Your career is done.
Right.
You lost your job.
Your
funding is lost.
You're fucked.
Hey, fuck you.
Right. So if we're gonna have free speech, if we're gonna have free expression, then why are they out of bounds? Okay, so if you want to say because
we common sense in
because
right now.
they had a Holocaust, but we had one too.
And if you want to do math, right, hours, let's just say humbles theirs. Right.
Okay.
And here's the thing, and you can even
middle passage.
You can even do some research that challenges their numbers, right?
Right.
You can, if there are some censuses, and you can look at the number of people that lived in that area at that time that was totally unrelated, and see when they start talking about the number of people that were killed and slaughtered, there weren't even there weren't even that many people that
I don't want to
live there. So I'm just saying,
I don't want to compare notes.
This is me, right?
I get on my
opinions
soapbox.
and views expressed here on Outlaw Radio are
solely those of the motherfucker that said it.
Know who to be mad at. I said it.
Right. Outlaw Radio on a Saturday night, man. Faded is what we always say.
Yeah.
If you ain't closing the week out, then gone somewhere.
But they're getting ready to.
But right. I hope you getting dressed.
You're getting dressed right now.
Tell me where y'all going. Yeah. We always say, if you in the middle, we'll meet you there.
Listen,
you'll be surprised when we come through the door.
Come on, right. He done said something real talk. If you're near,
like we've done it before.
Holler back. We'll ride.
Shout out to 3041 North 414-810-3131.
Yes, sir.
Milwaukee's only urban country club. Mr. Terry is an incredible Black businessman, entrepreneur from the community. Man, he does his thing and he supports us in what we do. And he always tell me,
him.
Kev, whatever you want to do. And he's done that from the time I picked up a microphone. Mm-hmm. Well, it was about the 30th time I had picked it up, but he probably thought it was my first.
It's about the third time you dropped it. Right?
Well, I never drop it. I keep it on a stand, see? It's undroppable. Let me pick it up so you can see the logo on YouTube. We're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube.
Hey.
Talk ain't cheap, man. You think it's cheap? Say something. Take a stand against something.
Say something.
Right.
Say something.
Be at work and somebody say some bullshit in the meeting, and you the one who, I got to keep it real. Your ass about to keep it unemployed.
But it don't gotta be like that, man.
Well,
if when we get it together and we have a community, I hear a lot of motherfuckers talking about community. Community is common.
Right.
Unity. We don't have no community. Right. We just a bunch of motherfuckers who live in the same vicinity.
Right. Who look out the window at each other when there's noise next
and
door.
videotape when the motherfuckers is getting their ass whooped.
What they ass doing over there?
World star.
Girl, go get my gun. You trying to look macho so you can get something tonight. That old ass Wild West gun.
got your beater on and
you in the middle of the gunfight talking about you cocking your gun. Stop it, son. You ain't ready for combat. But no, man, they're extending the trolley. They're extending the trolley to Bronzeville.
Yay!
Right.
I challenged one Black person that was standing there going, "Yeah, we made it. We did it."
Oh, you see the one who they gave the Bucks tickets to. Don't get me wrong. The Milwaukee Bucks are a hot ticket right now.
Listen.
I feel that. I feel the Bucks.
I like the Bucks.
Right. You can't. If you're from the mill, you gotta like the Bucks.
I still get distracted by the distraction.
Okay.
I admit it.
Right. I mean, come on, son. You gotta have a good time, man.
Sometimes
the most oppressed people need a break every now and then, man. You just can't keep your foot on my neck all night. Man.
I gave up the Packers. I gave up the NFL.
Right. See, I would never give up the Packers.
I don't even watch TV except for the fact I might watch some UFC and I might watch some NBA. So
right.
I'm working on it.
And some Benny Hill reruns. Old porn. You know it. Don't act like you don't know the song.
No, I know the song. I know the song. I'm stopping when you said porn because that's
different. Right. Because right. You was like, I use my phone for that.
No. Because we had quite an extensive conversation on that. And you trying to
the funny thing about it is it was a conversation. It wasn't one sided. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm trying to point out, right?
Way back, we did a show called Free Porn.
We did.
We did a show
called
Go back
and listen. He's trying to act like a rookie.
Nah, son. Nah. My right hand has long been stronger than my left hand.
Listen, he's speaking for the mother.
Shout out to my sister.
Expressed it on Law Radio.
Octavia Manuel Wright, my sister who I went to high school with, she represents Black Nurses Rock. My sister, I would love for y'all to be able to come on here and represent with us too.
Please.
Because I think y'all got something to say. And our health is one thing we just totally are just lost on. So you already know, my sister. Wow. I've really been trying to mastermind this. Yeah. But since you watching the show, I guess I could say it since it's just me and you, right? And everybody else is listening.
It's a secret.
No, I would love for her. I would love for her to come on the show or just represent their organization because they do a lot with, Black people, even with healthcare. They've tried to relocate our facilities and, we've lost some hospitals.
They want you to die.
Right. But just how we eat, because I would love to hear her opinion on our diets. Right. So diabetes, high blood pressure, all this kind of shit we go through. My sister, make sure we're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna holler at you.
I would like to hear her opinions on Dr. Sebi and some
right. So see, my sister. Hey, you gotta come on.
Please
you gotta come on.
Talk,
I see my brother Dante Chestnut. Of course.
Yeah.
We've been shouting out the show with KT Killing Them coming up on Thursday.
Yeah.
Go back and watch the show with brother Dante Chestnut explaining the music business.
Yeah.
But you know what's so important about that show is we didn't just talk about the music business. We talked about culture and the dissemination of culture versus cultural homogenization. And we talked about hip hop. We talked about how we express ourselves, right? So
and
it was
the brother's
a great
well
show.
Spoken, right?
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
He
Yes,
expresses
sir.
himself well, man. So that's what's up.
Man, I got people in my YouTube chat room. They just comment. They're going crazy, which I love. He said Jews, Blast Money said Jews created that word. He
Which
said,
word?
I don't know which one, because we kept talking and it was already commenting. He said those numbers are exaggerated. I'm assuming he's talking about
the when we talk about
the unemployment rate and all that kind of stuff.
Yes, sir,
he said they exaggerated. Goldie Driving Ivan said, keep your pimp hand strong. That's what Goldie always say. And Blast Money said the Jews don't like Farrakhan, so they call me Hitler. Well, that's a good name. Hitler was a very great man. That's what he said. Farrakhan said. If Farrakhan said that, I hope he explained it. But I've heard. But see,
what's your definition of great?
Wait. There's a theory about Hitler and Germany.
Come on,
and you have to talk to people who are academics
but
in regards to
this.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna be honest. I'm going to be honest about Adolf Hitler. There are people who would say Hitler was a great man because after World War I, Germany was largely untouched, but they were an industrial power. Factories, infrastructure, everything was tight.
The roads,
everything was tight. Right.
Yes.
So, and they are some of the most efficient, hard-working people.
Same thing Gaddafi was doing for his country. Yes, sir. Continue.
But it went off the road when he started talking about, extermination of Jews and purifying. Like his power, it went off the road. So when people sometimes will say Hitler done great things, they had a socialist system that was working. There was no hungry. The poor was taken care of. Germany was rolling.
Yes.
But they lost World War I, and you have to understand. So it's global politics. So
it's politics.
Farrakhan may have said that. I mean, the Nation of Islam, let's be honest, I don't agree with everything about the Nation of Islam. I don't believe in L. Ron Hubbard or Scientology. And the Nation of Islam, eugenics is required reading.
But do you believe that there could be something? Let me tell you, when my grandfather used to have a saying. He used to say, sometime you got to eat the meat and throw the bones away.
Okay.
Right? You see what I'm saying? So is it possible that Scientology has certain aspects of it that may be beneficial to the people of color, where you have to eat the meat and throw the bones away because there are certain aspects that may not be advantageous?
I'm sorry, I said eugenics. That's my lady from Planned Parenthood who wanted to get rid of black babies. I should have said Dianetics.
I knew what you meant, so I addressed
Dianetics.
So my question is,
L. Ron Hubbard was a kook.
My question still stands. There's a lot of kooks that had a lot of valid aspects. There's a lot of geniuses that were kooks.
Right. But what it was it's about auditing, which Dianetics promotes. Auditing, which is
what?
It's a process in which you remove negative thinking and traumatizing experiences.
And that's bad. Black people don't need that.
No, it's not in itself. But Scientology and L. Ron Hubbard was
so is it possible that there are certain aspects that you can take from that teaching that may be
auditing? Yes,
Come on now.
Auditing.
So, let's common sense our way through it.
So my point is I still support Farrakhan, even though I'm not necessarily going to read Dianetics.
I will read it, and I will eat the meat and throw the bones away.
Well, Blast, it ain't no telling what you read about the Jews. It ain't no telling how much blame they would try to place on the Jews for what Hitler did.
I would love to have a conversation about it because I have my own theory on the matter.
Kobe Lloyd, you right. Margaret Stanger, that's eugenics. My bad, people. That's Planned Parenthood. That's eugenics.
That's
Dianetics is L. Ron Hubbard.
That's devilment too.
Right. Well, that's why I love the people that tune into our show are intelligent people, man. And they'll set me straight. Oh, bro, you got the wrong
fact check us.
Right.
Hey,
right.
That's why
Margaret Sanger.
I'm taught to teach and listen to learn.
Margaret Sanger is the proprietor of Planned Parenthood, and her original plan was she didn't really believe poor people, people of color, handicapped children. She felt like you should get rid of them, and that's where the concept of abortion comes from. So that's eugenics.
That's why they're in our neighborhoods. Yes.
Right. But Dianetics is the L. Ron Hubbard thing.
Exactly.
And the Nation of Islam supports that. I talked to Brother Ram. He told me it's suggested reading, but not necessary reading.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
Right. No, you know what? Driving Ivan from LA said, is it cold here? You know what? Actually, we got some sunshine today. I actually lit my grill up today.
What's cold though?
Threw some chicken on it. It was a little breezy, but
he from Cali, right? So 50 degrees might be cold.
Right. Y'all got jackets on in 50.
We had a high of like 55.
We outside with short sleeves on and 50-degree weather in the middle.
No, it wasn't warm here, brother.
No, it's coming. We're gonna. It's the
That's
Midwest.
what they keep telling us. It just snowed less than a week ago. So you know what I mean?
Right, a day after it was like 70.
It's some bullshit.
So yeah, man. You know, when we talk about Milwaukee being a boom town, they've extended this trolley. They found $40 million to extend the trolley through Bronzeville.
But
right,
couldn't keep the schools open.
Well,
can't clean the water.
My biggest thing is the water thing, because we got this issue with these. And shout out to Robin Miranda and Freshwater for Life Coalition.
Go back and listen to the show.
Once again, he was on the show.
Miranda, man, he breaks it down.
Yeah, he talks about
shout out, bro. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you're talking about replacing lead pipe laterals, and once again,
money for that.
The mayor is preparing this city for the 2020 Democratic National Convention. That's what and it's a money grab, because those businesses downtown and everywhere else, the hotels, everything, they're gonna make oodles or noodles, as we call them. And but my thing is, bro, how can you just do this with this train and just totally still not have come up with a comprehensive plan for the water? You still have no plan. Like right now, the Common Council, our aldermen they've threatened, however futile it might be, they've threatened to even, pursue charges against individuals involved. You still don't have a plan. And what was crazy is at the press conference, the people who were there were so happy. The black people was like, yes, we did that shit.
They ain't us. And let me tell you something here. I'm going to say something controversial.
Okay.
Right. Because you talked about not having a plan, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I might even, I don't mean to offend you personally, but it might even be
something. You finna say something about my mom and shit? Where my shit at?
But we talked about, the Democratic National Convention coming here, and how's it going to help black people and how's it going to help brown people? And at the same time, we're not doing anything to make it help black people. Listen, I want to hear, because this is solution-based radio.
It should be.
So instead of hearing about how it's not going to do us any good, I want to hear some plans about how it can do some good for us, how we can open some small businesses, how we can get our children to sell water on the street, right. how we can listen, bars is talking about staying open till 4 o'clock in the morning.
The bars is talking about
it's money to be made. Let's not get back and start whining and crying and being, having a pity party about what. Let's get up, unify, and make some shit happen, man.
Right.
Hello?
Hey, Driving Ivan said, how's it sticky icky up here? Look, it ain't legal just yet, but I'm here to tell you.
It's still sticky.
Baseball has been good to me. Right. Not that I would ever encourage any kind of drug use.
And I would never discourage it.
Right. I'm just saying we ain't got no problems with that.
No.
It's just getting caught riding with the shit to get your ass locked up.
Riding dirty.
But urban development is always a precursor of gentrification. And sometimes black people will look around and say, oh, they building this shit up. It looks so pretty now. This is fly and shit, right? But you don't realize they're about to ship your ass out.
Hello, it's not for you.
What is it for the millennials?
They predict this motherfucker gonna be here for 70 years. You're gonna be here for 3.
Man, your ass got to move first. Where your mama gonna live, right? Because
let's listen, people. Let's common sense our way through some of this stuff. Some things are too coincidental to be coincidence.
Yes, sir, man. Outlaw Radio on a Saturday night, man, getting faded. Hope you are too. 8:36 p.m. It is actually May 4th, 2019. We're talking about talk not being cheap on the show. We're talking about making sure that we understand that you can be ignorant as you want to. Like, you can say some stupid shit and you can go triple platinum for it, right?
You might get a bunch of motherfuckers that follow behind.
You'll get a following. Yeah. But the minute you jump off the cliff and say something that's progressive or intelligent for people of color, they stamp your ass and they come after you. Yes. So talk ain't cheap, man. That's why I said use your words wisely, man. Conversation rules the nation, man. You know what I'm saying?
And use the words for the people.
Yeah.
Not for yourself.
And I try with my platform because I could go a lot of different ways with my platform. I just try to make it so that you can get something solid out of this, because we're gonna say some dumb shit. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna laugh.
If you talk long enough, you're gonna say some dumb shit too.
Right. I don't care how serious you take yourself. Not to me.
Go back and listen. You'll be like, "Did I said that?"
I was never ever.
Real talk.
Which is why you probably sleep alone. No, I'm just kidding. But no.
Look, with many.
Look, big time accomplishment this week. For the first time, we had a Black Miss USA.
Yes.
A Black Miss Teen USA and a Black Mrs. America.
So we didn't know they falling after our black. I mean, come on. We know they've been lusting after our women since day one.
Right.
According to the Bible, it says that angels came down because they couldn't resist the original woman, which we know was black. Like,
damn, they was coming from the man.
Angels wanted some.
Right, they was catching each other up. Like,
hey,
I seen you. You was leaving off North Avenue last night. I seen you flying off.
Angel. I'm just saying, according to the word.
Right. Hey. Well, I'm just saying, I think it's good that Black women get acknowledged, because more often than not, we don't give Black women enough credit for how fine they is and how important they are, how dynamic
intelligent they are. You are, how resilient.
Because we spend a lot of time trying to keep their ass in, like, damn, baby, calm down and shit.
Well, you know, when they brilliance and shit get claws and start scratching you,
your ass in there with some broken windows.
You like, honey, it's hard to praise a motherfucker that's attacking you and shit.
Damn, Black Queen, don't do that. I bust the windows out your car. God damn.
We want to give you props, but damn, them made them claws.
If she was Korean, she would have never done that.
Oh no, she did some other shit.
All right, man. Hey, love Black women, man. We endorse Black women and
I
Black love.
Black people who love Black people.
And there's nothing more beautiful than the Black family. And when I say Black family, I mean Black men participating, taking care of their damn kids.
Yes, sir.
Fellas, stop having kids everywhere. Shame on y'all, man.
Unless you can take care of all of them.
At least get it down to 2.
If you're rich,
right.
Listen, feed into it, just
sperm away.
Just take it, right, sperm away. Just
shout out to Keith Terry.
Skeet. Just take care of it.
Keith Terry's in the Facebook chat room. He said, "What's up, fellas?" Shout out to you, Keith. 414
yes, sir.
810-3131. Holler at 3041 North. We keep big upping him throughout the show. He's a tremendous supporter of mine. Keith Terry is a Black entrepreneur, businessman,
yes, sir,
who understands the game. He's one of those brothers you could actually sit down with and have a conversation and gain something from it. Mm-hmm. So, you got to be aware of Brother Terry, man.
Real talk.
So shout out to Brother Terry. We're live on our YouTube page. Mm-hmm. My sister Coop said, "Don't do us." No, I love y'all, baby. I love y'all. I want no problem. I don't want no smoke.
It's all with love.
Right. I don't want no smoke. I don't want no smoke.
If you disagree, come tell us where we're wrong.
Right. Let us know. Let us know how you feel. Because we know she supports the show. We know we got a lot of sisters who support it.
So even when we talk about that, like it was, if you go back and you look at the People's News Network, it was a post on there about not dating Black women, right? And so the brother was on there explaining, like, if you just happen to fall in love with somebody that's outside your race, that's one thing. But when you have the attitude where you praise other other women of other races, and you put them above your sisters, you see what I'm saying? And you start admiring them to the point where you think they're superior to what you have.
Right.
That's the issue. And so you posted that. What you think about that?
Well, once again, I think he echoed what I always say. See, I don't really care who you sleep with. It ain't up to me. If you like her, I love her. First of all, it's just hard to find somebody who love your ass anyways. Mm-hmm. Especially somebody who see you early in the morning when you wake up and still stay with your ass. Because I don't know about y'all, but I be looking like Big Red after a bad night when I wake up in the morning. Like, my office hours are... Right,
so you should last all the way to like 3 in the afternoon.
Well, I didn't need you to help me with it. I didn't need your help at all. Not at all. But it's hard to find somebody who really loves you.
Yeah.
So if you find somebody who does that, man, then you got to be with it. You got to take the train. You got to jump on. So, but more often than not, if you conduct yourself as a Black man and you have a strong understanding of what your Blackness actually is, you'll be drawn to a Black woman. and you'll be able to create some kind of union
and
build some kind of black legacy. But if you just so happen to just stray off the lanes, I mean, like, DeBarge was a good thing. Like, we need that too. Like, black people are beautiful because they come in many different colors, shapes, forms, and fashions, right? Long hair, short hair, don't care. Cross-eye, buck-eye, cock-eye, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3 teeth. We don't know. It's somebody for everybody. But I'm just saying, if you're a black man, if you do love somebody outside of our race, then do not try to come back and justify your selection by proving the superiority of that individual's race. Meaning, don't come to me and say, yeah, I wanted my credit to go up, so I went and got me a white one.
No.
Because that's some shit you can do as a black man.
That's some bullshit that what you do. But I want to address something that you just said. I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Because you said it's somebody for everybody.
I believe that.
And it's a mathematical fact that there are more women than men.
Right.
So either you saying, and I'm asking a question, I'm certainly not trying to put no words in your mouth.
Right.
But you according to that, either lesbianism is okay, or polygamy is okay. Right? Either because if there are more women than men and there's somebody for everybody, tell me how that works out.
Well, I'll tell you what. I don't like to jump into sexuality is something that's I'm not going to do right now because I don't feel like, because that would take too much of our show. And I still got
next show.
I still got some other shit to talk about.
Tune in. This is a teaser. Y'all come on back. You this. Email and ask the question because I want to know.
If you're gay, be gay. Okay? This is my answer to this.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, to use the terminology of homophobic is wrong because phobia suggests fear. And I do not fear gay people or people who live alternative lifestyles. I have no fear of that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you can't call me a homophobe. No. But I will say this. If you fall in love with somebody of the same whatever race or whatever, and that's how you get down, be that. So if you're a lesbian, whatever you are, be that.
We're not judging.
But just don't infringe upon my rights to not be that. Like I always say to gay people, yeah, y'all got the right to be gay, but I also have the right to be straight.
To not be.
Right? You try to make it look like being straight is a bad thing.
That will seem to be the way things are
presented. Right. So I don't have a problem with you, so don't have a problem with me. So don't tell me if you say, well, I'm your son's teacher, and I say not no more, and I transfer him. Don't say, oh, he's homophobic. Say, no, I just didn't want a gay dude teaching my son. Like I made a choice, right? As a heterosexual male. So don't take my hetero away from me, right?
Right. And so, listen, brilliantly said, right?
Okay.
But back to the question. So if there's somebody for everybody, then because you said, okay, if you happen to be a lesbian, if you happen to, that's what you do. So then how do you feel about the polygamy aspect of it? So then that's to say that, if there are more women than men, if you take the homosexual aspect out of it, then there are every man has more than one woman.
I don't subscribe to polygamy, but I tell you this, first of all, as a man, I need another woman like I need a hole in my head, right? And I'm talking about
that's a lot of stress.
I'm saying having two women. Like I can have a chick and a chick on the side because the side chick gets treated like a side chick.
Okay.
But I'm saying both of them on even, I don't even want to entertain. I don't have time in the day for it. Okay.
It was just a question.
I know. But I'm saying if that's your situation and everybody's of consenting age,
okay,
and you're not necessarily manipulating
whatever works.
If it's working
whatever
for you,
works.
Hey. Okay. Right? Go ahead and do what you do.
I was just stirring the pot.
Bro. I will be here for you to lean on when they both have you stressed the fuck
lean
out.
On me.
Right? You go, Kev, I just need to come by for a minute, man. I gotta get out of here.
Sleep on your couch, dog.
Because understand this. You're gonna have two women at the same time, which means you're gonna have to deal with two menstrual cycles at the same time.
And if they ever get together and choose against you,
that's your ass, Mr. Postman. So she said, let's move on, my kids.
Right. Love,
it's a family show.
Touche,
right?
touche.
Throw our hands up.
Right.
She said, laughing, but very serious. My kids is listening. Stop that shit. Y'all acting up tonight. Well, let's talk about this was sold to us too this week. There was a message that came down. I put this in the People's News Network. Also, there was a Democratic representative from Tennessee, and he came into the judiciary hearing with a bucket of fried chicken, and they tried to make us think that he was on some racist shit.
No, they tried to say he was calling him a chicken, like he was a friend.
Well, that's why he had it. Yeah. But the way they presented it, black people see a white person with a bucket of chicken, say, "Oh, see, that's what I'm talking about." But they were trying. He was mocking.
You got to click on and read the article.
Yeah,
if you just go according to the headlines, you're going to misunderstand.
He was protesting Attorney General William Barr because he didn't want to come. He wouldn't even come and testify in front of the committee because they're still going at them about the Mueller report.
Right.
White people make themselves feel very good because they keep blowing. The Mueller report was proven false. Like, it's like, you know, it was all trumped up charges in the kangaroo court. We already knew that, and we knew that they wouldn't do anything to Trump. Like I said, because he wouldn't disavow himself from the Ku Klux Klan. So we know he's directly connected to whatever this. I don't know. A lot of people call it New World Order. Everybody has a name for Illuminati, all this. And I just think it's just the powers that be. I think it's empowered white people who have been in charge of the money so long that they figure out a way to dominate it, control it, and keep it within their circles. And when you got that money like that, you get that power because you get that influence.
So how do you take the power away from that? Is by discrediting the money, right? Or making an alternative to their money, and then you have a Gaddafi situation and so on and so forth.
Well, I think in terms of money and financial literacy, it's a lesson that we are hesitant to take on because a lot of us as people of color say they don't even want to assimilate. Like, they think, well, I'm not, you know, how many people of color do you meet that say I'm not black or you know, I'm not no American, or you know, they want to, you know, piss on the flag and burn the flag, which I don't give a shit about the flag because I think the flag is just a symbol. And I'm not really concerned with symbols like that. I'm more concerned with what these symbols actually mean or stand for. But you know, I think it's very important when it comes to financial literacy. We get a whole, like, we need more black stockbrokers. Like, we need to teach our kids financial literacy so our kids can understand the stock market. The average black person couldn't explain to you how the stock market works, which is why I love what my brother Keith Terry does with 3041 North, because he's actually an investor. And I've seen him have groups, and I've seen him have investment clubs and meetings with people to teach them how to trade. Like, if you make some money, we say, well, how do I invest this money? I'm gonna open a car wash, or I'm gonna open a nail shop. Like, we have to diversify our portfolio, and really getting financial literacy is part of that. Learning how to make our money make money for us so that we can have engineering firms. So we can get more involved with rebuilding the infrastructure of this country in terms of putting down highways, rebuilding bridges, working on skyscrapers, real large contracting and stuff like that. We can get involved with that if we become more financially literate and start to understand how to invest our money. And, you know, we represent the biggest consumers. Like, black people waste more money, and I'm with y'all. Like I said, if you look around the studio, you'll see plenty of shit where you'd be like, well, you could have invested. Yeah, you're right, but I didn't. So the shit's sitting here, right?
But the last chapter is not written. You know,
it's not.
You still can, right? You know,
I've yet begun to defile myself.
I concur.
He said, "Hey, my brother in LA said, I had a problem with fried chicken at 8 a.m. He said, who does that? You know," and my sister said, "I'm having cold fried chicken in the morning to help with my Saturday night drinks." Where you going, girl? Where y'all going?
Yeah, where y'all be at?
Saturday night, man. Saturday night in the mill. It was a nice day. I know sisters couldn't wait because the temperature done dropped. Girl, you got your back out tonight. Hey. Some of y'all gonna have pneumia in the morning.
Some of y'all got your front out.
Right. Hey, where y'all going?
Where y'all going?
We love black women. Right. Who love black women.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, you said it. No, you said it. You said it. What you got over there, man?
Man, let me tell you. We talked about it not dating black. The alderman, man. The question, the need for inclusion, right? Based on the fact that, you know.
Yeah, we talked about that.
We did, but I just wanted to, like, ain't that some Cotton Club ass shit, right?
You talking about Alderman Colcroft from Wauwatosa?
Call him out, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because his logic of thinking is it's cool for us to be able to be the main act and we can perform, but we still got to come in the back door, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's some bigoted shit. I just wanted you to call his name.
What are you niggers complaining about? You got the NFL,
right?
Hey, shit, rap. Hey, what are you doing?
Here's the thing:
make a mixtape.
I'm not mad at him, but any black person that voted for him, look at shame.
Well, he's in Tulsa, so his need for the black vote ain't as great as it would
But
be.
it's some brothers in Tulsa that voted like, hey,
all 6 of them.
Let me tell you, because them same kind of cats was able to waltz themselves into Milwaukee and get 60% of the vote. Ask your gov.
Yeah. I mean, it goes down.
Hey.
What else you got over there, man?
No, man, that's about it.
I want you to run your board before we go, because we're about to get out of here.
No, let me tell you, we actually touched on most of this, man. The dating of the alderman, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I wanted to give I gave a shout out to the melanated people, just for the people that was asking about an alternative site other than Facebook. Go check it out.
Right.
Give suggestions. If you find another one that's black owned, black supported, that we can support them too, let us know about it, because Facebook on some bullshit.
Right. And if it comes down to us really boycotting Facebook, remember, you can still see Outlaw Radio. Check us out Thursday at 11 a.m. It's going to be a lunch break edition once again of Outlaw Radio. We're going to have the boy KT Killing Them, who is a Milwaukee hip-hop artist.
All y'all that love hip-hop.
DAMG ENT LLC.
All y'all that be like, why they don't represent the meal time or the brew time. Listen, tune in.
Hit like, hit share, hit follow on Facebook. Get with the People's News Network on Facebook.
And it's news.
And we popping on Instagram. We got a bunch of followers on Instagram.
Yeah, we gotta show a lot more love to this.
They
giving us love.
Yeah.
But the People's News Network got news in it.
Yeah. And holla at my brother, Mr. Keith Terry, down at 3041 North, 414-810-3131. Teamwork make the dream work. If you got a business or something you want to promote, we'll do it here for free right now. You got to get in on the bottom floor, because once the elevator go up, it's going to cost you. Might cost you a little bit, might cost you a lot. Shout out to Wayne Richards, man. He said, great show. He appreciated it, man. I appreciate you, Wayne.
Love, yes, sir.
And we go back years and years, and I've known Wayne for a long time, man. We went to school in North Dakota together back in my Cowboy Western Wild Wild West days, man, before I hung up my gun belt. But anybody else who tuned in on Facebook, if you tuned in on YouTube, hit like, hit share, hit follow. Share the live, man. Y'all go out tonight and be safe, man.
Be safe.
Be safe, man. Be safe. Make sure you take care of what you need to take care of.
Sure.
And watch out for the snakes, man. Keep your eyes, keep your head on the swivel. Keep your eyes on Buck, right? And I know it get hard when you're on your third or fourth drink and they playing your song. But be careful. Ladies, don't get Mickey. Fellas, don't get shot.
Hey.
Still like to know where y'all going. We're going to have to sneak up on some of y'all and surprise y'all.
I mean, we got a couple suggestions.
I ain't even fly like that tonight. So I'll be at y'all, though. Well, you can't see the cheekbone definitions, but we'll get back to that.
It don't matter.
I do want to say, before you try to diss me, I want to say to Bushwick Bill.
Oh, right.
Oh, my prayers to him. And he said he got 3 months to live. Bushwick Bill, who's part of the Ghetto Boys. I'm an old school hip hop fan. I'm an old man. I'm the hip hop snob, right? The world class smartass. I'm prayers for Bushwick, man. Fighting that cancer. Stage 4. Say he got 3 months to live.
That's foul, brother.
It's one of those things, man. I hate to see another brother go through that, because I know it could always.
I wouldn't
be
wish that on my enemies, brother.
No, man, not at all.
Yeah.
So, man, until then, man, we're gonna try to. Like I said, I'm serious. I'm gonna get my sister Octavia. I'm gonna reach out to her. We're gonna get the Black Nurses Rock involved. I'm trying to get everybody involved, man.
Come on.
It's all about solidarity, man. It takes teamwork to make the dream work, man. You got to understand, man, you can try to be all you can by yourself, but you're going to be nobody until you get people who share the same kind of passion for the things that you want to do and the things you want to see done. That creates unity. It hurts you a lot more if I punch you instead of slapping you. Thursday at 11 a.m. Make sure you follow us. Make sure you ride with us. KT Killing Them. We played the music on Brother Chestnut's show.
Yes, sir.
When he was on here, this kid is tight, man. Hey. I'm telling you, he got a song up. I shared it on my personal Facebook page.
Go
Kevin Barnes.
Yeah.
It's cold-blooded, man.
Yes.
And he's popping real spit, man. No theatrics, none of that bullshit that you normally see. Okay. So shout out to KT Killing Them, man.
Yes, sir.
And he'll be on the show. You'll get a chance to check that out, man.
Yeah.
In the meantime, and in between time, man, if you can't love the one you won't, love the one you with. Hey. I'll see y'all Thursday night.
Peace.
Or Thursday.